Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Welcome traders to this week's analysis of Forex pairs. Thanks for joining me in this analysis. My name is Vic. Before we go into analysis of currency pairs, let me give you a few pointers. This is actually very important right now. First of all, if you're following my analysis, you should not be taking them as signals. These are just analysis, so you can learn from them. There is a lot of educational value which is for free for you, and there is a lot of analysis which is quite accurate at times. I might be wrong, I do get it wrong as well, so do not treat them as signals. You must know exactly what you're trying to do with my analysis. It is out there in the public domain, but that does not mean that you without an action plan you can just start trading with that. You need to have some kind of action plan with that. Second thing is we are reaching December 2020, so this year has been a year of turmoil. So you never know what's going to happen in December 2020 to end the year with. Stocks indices have been all-time high in spite of all the difficulties, all the problems, possible recession and everything. They are high. So I'm just trying to give you an idea that what could have happened and what has happened. So nothing is happening according to a logic. Markets are illogical and they can remain illogical. Actually, illogical markets are the new logic. So if that is the case, then you should expect the unexpected in all the markets, be it dollar, be it currency pairs, gold, precious metals, commodities, anything. US oil went to negative. Natural gas fell last week pretty hard actually, even though we are in winters now, and usually the demand of natural gas actually goes up in winters, but it still fell. Stocks are all-time high. Indices are moving up, even though they are showing weakness, but they are still moving up. And dollar has been going pretty much down, right? But you never know what can happen. So if you are trading in December 2020, make sure that you have a proper risk management in there. Never trade without a risk management plan. Never trade without an action plan, okay? And always think of risk first before profit. Profit comes later. Try to protect your money first before thinking of making profit with that money, okay? Having said that, let's jump into EURUSD. Okay, if you haven't gone through my DXY analysis, you should look at that, because EURUSD usually is inversely correlated with DXY. It may not be on candle by candle basis, but it is usually if you look at higher time frame. What I mean by that is, if EURUSD is doing things like that, then dollar is doing almost reverse of that, because in DXY the major component is EURUSD. Okay, so if you haven't seen the DXY analysis, then you should check it out. Now on DXY, on EURUSD, what we can see that overall the market is multi-year, multi-decade correction, right? This was move upwards, and since then it has been falling. And right now we are in consolidation phase here in this area, and which basically means that market can go up and down. There is no specific direction to it. Around here it actually started to move higher, and you can see this was a kind of a bad behavior, which I call as bad behavior, which is basically there was no clarity in the market. It was just going down, but there was no proper candlestick pattern. So that's what I call as bad behavior. Now the market was supposed to actually get rid of that bad behavior at some point in time. It rose, and then it basically cleaned that up. Finally, it reached this moving average, fell down for 2 months, and since then it has been going up. Now in the month of December it has been going up. For past 1 week it has been going up, which is fine, but as I said, anything can happen, because December is not over yet, and a lot of things can happen towards the year end. So you have to be very careful. If I go to the weekly time frame, what we can see that market actually has created this W pattern, and which actually does not complete here. This was just a resting point for it. It actually completes where it is right now. If this level where it is right now, around this 1.212 level, if it actually does not stop here, then it is expected to rise much higher. It can actually go above this previous structure here as well. It can go to that structure and even break that structure to go to near about 1.32, but we are talking about higher time frame, so this may take like a few months to few years as well. So just like I'm giving a bigger picture here. So if I bring in original analysis and go to the monthly time frame and bring in original analysis, so this is what we are looking at. Right now we are struggling with 78.6 Fibonacci level, and that's why it is trying to fall down a little bit. It is showing reaction. The last reaction was around here, and this is the next one. Now one thing that you must remember is that 1.22 round number is just above this, and 1.200 was a very good number here, very good number, because this is like that psychological number which happens like once every decade or something like that. Last time when it was around 1.2 was near about 2018. So it was, so yeah, so it's not decade, but like a few years ago. So what I mean by that is like, and you need to be careful. Market can actually go to 1.22 level and then fall, but it has to show some kind of reaction here around 78.6, which is also being shown on dollar index. It is not like very clear at the moment, but there is a case that dollar index can reverse this entire candle and turn into a bullish candle. In fact, if the momentum actually is strong, then this bullish candle can actually close above this 93 level. Like this entire candle can be engulfed by this bullish candle. So be very careful. Anything can happen, right? Now if I go to the weekly time frame, what I see that market is looking at this level right now, and on Friday it has started to show us some rejection from that level. Okay, so if that is the case, what we should do is we should look at a pattern here. We can see that there is a W pattern, and which basically means that market can actually approximately fall into this level. So let me actually put that level here, and if it continues to fall from that, then the next level is going to be somewhere around here. But you have to be very cautious with this, because this move was kind of expected. But look at this candle. This is a very strong candle. Okay, and we have 1.20 round number here, right at that line. Okay, so let me actually correct that to have 1.2 instead. So what I mean by that is, how do we trade this? So if you find a confirmation right now, or if you have already found a confirmation, then you can go for a short, but you have to be like ready to take profits in the middle somewhere. Like you can just take partial profits, stay with the short position, or take the entire profits off, then look for another confirmation to go into this. Your ultimate profit target will be around this blue line that you have, and if that is broken, then I'll give you another one actually. That is going to be your profit target, and if that is broken, then you're looking into something like this. And once it has reached there, then we can analyze what it is trying to do, what it will do. If I go to the 4-hour time frame, this is quite a kind of like a parabolic sort of move, which actually happened on EURUSD. Now market right now is actually struggling with mid of the Bollinger Band. So first of all, it needs to go through this 1.21100 level before it starts to move down. Okay, so there are few minor levels along the way. So this is what I'm talking about. So if you have found a confirmation, or if you will find a confirmation, then around these levels you can decide to take profits or go for further short positions. Okay, so that's what we have. Now on the bullish side of things, as I said, if the market starts to move upwards, then what we are looking for is somewhere around here. This is going to be our next target. There are few levels in the middle here, so this level is going to be very important for you as well. So give me just 1 second. Right, so that's our plan. If the market starts to fall down right now, then these are the levels that I'm looking at. And if the market starts to go upwards, then upper levels are the ones that I'm looking at. Okay, Again, this is not a signal, this is just an analysis, and you need to make a call whether you want to take any action on this analysis or not. Okay, it's completely up to you. So that's Euro USD. Next one is AUDUSD. On AUDUSD, the market created this V sort of structure, but as I told you before in several videos, there is no V structure, there is always a W. It can be deformed W, but there is always a W structure. Okay, so let's go to the monthly time frame. On monthly time frame, what we can see, that market went up right from this level straight into this and then fell down, and now it is trying to go back up. So the levels which are important are like this, and another one is around here. Okay, I posted this idea that AUDUSD could be falling from the FCP zone, because you see that we have this W pattern here and we have this FCP zone. So if you have got, or you get a confirmation to go short, then these levels are the guidance levels. If the market starts to move upwards, then this level is going to be my profit target. Be careful of this 0.75 round number there. That is going to be again a very good psychological round number, so be very, very careful with that. Okay, now if I go to the daily time frame, I can already see that the market is rejecting from there. So if you have been day trading, or if you have been doing short-term trading, then you might have taken few profits here on the short side. But you see, the structure right now is a very complex W pattern, and when you see things like this, it wants to go down but it doesn't, it wants to go down but it doesn't, then that is usually a sign of continuation. So if this FCP pattern is broken, which basically means that the market goes up and you get a confirmation to go long, then only you should go long. Actually, I will go long. Okay, so that's AUDUSD. Let's go to GBP USD. On GBP USD, okay, around here the market was supposed to go up around October, and the market has been going upwards from there. If I go to the 12-month time frame, see what kind of movement has been on GBP USD. It has been quite bullish, and this is what we expect. But that does not mean that it will just go up in straight line, or it cannot just fall back down by end of this month. It can, anything can happen, right? So here the market has created this bullish candle, and now it is trying to create another bullish candle this year. If it remains like this, then you can expect market to move even higher. GBP USD can turn into very high bullish level, approximately 1.43 level in the next year. If this stays as a bullish candle, go a little bit higher and stays as a bullish candle. Okay, so that's one possibility on higher time frame. If I go to the monthly time frame, what I can see, that market is kind of creating a double top right now, but because the month is not over and this candle is still forming, so we do not know what's going to happen. But it has been bullish since then. Now I think it is time for it to actually take a little break, and it has been falling after hitting a level here. So let's go to the weekly time frame and show you what I mean. So we have this W pattern which completed here. It fell down, if you have been following my analysis. But since October, it was supposed to go up, because it fell down, struggled with mid of the Bollinger Band, and then started to go up. And in one of my analysis, I mentioned that this gap was left there. When you have gaps like this left, and if the behavior of that instrument is not to leave any gaps, you can expect market to close that. Now that is no way guaranteed that it is going to be filled in the same year, same week, same day, or same decade even. But if the market already has a potential to go upwards, then it will try to target that gap. It did, fell down a little bit and started to extend. Now around this level, 1.35 was a good round number. It went up a little bit, and now it is expected to fall because we had a previous fall from there, so that turns out to be good supply zone here. There was a previous fall, now you expect some reaction to be there. Now if I go to the daily time frame, I can already see a pin bar here. So if you get a confirmation, then you can go and take a trade, but always think of risk, right? And it's completely up to you what you want to do with the analysis. Okay, so here If the market starts to fall, then this is the next level that I'll be looking at. All these levels are still important, and this is going to be my first profit target or partial profit target. Then I'll wait for next confirmation to go into this one. So I'll play step by step. Why? Because December is critical, especially in today's times, and this year December is going to be very critical. You'll have to be extra careful. You cannot and must not go for extended profit targets. Okay, that's just my opinion there. Okay, if the market actually starts to move up, then I'll look for a confirmation to go upwards from here. But I am more inclined towards a downside right now because of the previous structures, because of the W pattern here, and because of this rejection, huge rejection from 3500. Now, having said that, it can make a final move towards 1.3500 before it starts to fall down, but I'll be more inclined towards downward move to a certain level, and it is also expected to go even higher. After it has fallen down, it can actually go all the way to these levels which are above this, because we have an extended W pattern forming which can lead the price to there. And as we saw that if the market stays as bullish by end of this year, then it can go to higher levels. Okay, so that's why you need to be very careful. There is conflict of analysis here, which basically means that you should follow the market. If the market is showing that okay, I want to go down right now, then you will go short. If the market says okay, I want to go up, then you will go and continue with long. Okay, so just try to read the market and stay with that. So that's GBP USD. Let's look at USDCAD. USDCAD, this was the FCP zone which we were looking at last time, and since then market has been falling, and there have been few levels where the market reached and it did not stop. At all of these levels you can either find long positions or short positions. These are important levels. As you can see, the market reacted here and fell from that FCP zone. Okay, so what do we have? Let's actually clean this up because we have got a new structure. Let's go to the 12-month time frame and start from there. Okay, so now this candle which is right now forming, right, that's a very dangerous sort of candle. The reason behind this is that when combination of these two candles, these two bearish candles, if let's say this year ends like this, some maybe a little bit down, right? So basically, if this year ends like a bearish candle, then next year is going to be a bullish candle. That's what USDCAD is telling us. However, if this candle becomes a bullish candle, like, you know, what is the name of that candle? I do not remember exactly the name, but it looks like this sort of candle, just like this. Okay, if this turns into this bullish candle, then next year it is also going to be bullish. So in either case, USDCAD is going to be bullish next year, but there is a limit to that, right? You know, the market can actually fall down to this level, which is 1.21992, near about, you can say that this is 1.22. okay, so let's change that to 1.22. okay, then we go to the monthly time frame, and what we can see that market has been actually falling. It created a sort of double top here, which we identified last year, last year, and then since then it has been falling. There was a very good long trade that we were able to take because it was reaching a particular Fibonacci level. Yep, so that's where we were able to take the long position. You see, right now the market could be coming into these levels here, which are very important, and if the market actually reaches one of these levels, then we can expect market to go upwards. It may not be a huge move upwards, it may be just like, you know, a minor correction or minor move upwards, but we are looking at monthly time frame, which basically means that it is going to be huge move on lower time frames such as 4-hour or daily time frames. Even on weekly it can be a little bit bigger move. Okay, if we measure this this entire thing, let me just quickly change that. If we measure this, then what we see that market can come into this level here. Okay, so this is what we have as FCP zone. Okay, now if I go to the daily time weekly time frame, on weekly time frame it has been falling pretty hard, and it can actually still fall down into this level, but right now you can expect a little bit upward move because of this previous demand level here, which pushed the price upward. So this is also an important level here, so there can be a little upward move and then fall back down into FCP zone. So you'll have to be careful. You need to read the market nicely. You need to try to see what the market is telling you. Okay, there is another thing which is happening is that there are multiple complex M patterns here. When M pattern completes, market goes up, so you need to be careful with that. Now if you go to the daily time frame, the daily time frame is telling me that it is kind of overstretched at the moment, but this candle, previous day candle, was actually a continuation kind of candle. If the market opens below this, then we have a bullish scenario. Otherwise, next day is also going to be bearish because that's a continuation pattern here. And if I just use fib on this, yeah, so this is right into 1618, which is a good scene, right? So we can expect a little move upwards, but remember the next day can be bearish. You need to watch out for the opening on USDCAD. And this is the FCP zone ultimately, right? So this is what we have on USDCAD. Actually, give me just one more second. So if it starts to move upwards, then these are the levels that we have. Okay, and then we go to Nzd Usd. Okay, Nzd Usd, we were talking about this and we thought, okay, market will fall down, but it did not. So that analysis failed. There was a little bit of opportunity. If you were day trading, then you would have made some money here, but ultimately this analysis was not working at all. And let's clean this up and go to the monthly time frame, actually 12-month time frame. You can see the market actually started to move very high up. Now it is at a conjunction right now, and that is why there can be a lot of indecision after that huge move. Right now what we have is obviously 200 moving averages there, but we also have this moving average, which is basically showing me this level here at 69812. So the market could be falling back down into this level. Okay, right now the high is here, and we also see that we have sort of W pattern forming right now. Actually, this is not a W pattern here. There was a W pattern in the middle of it. So let me go there, and yeah, so right now we can see a rejection coming in, which can push the price back into this. So here's the plan. If the market starts to give us a short confirmation, then we'll look for this 69812, and if that is broken, then we are looking for down into this move area. At any level it can start to move upwards as well, so you need to be very careful and watch for the market movement. If the market starts to go upwards and it breaks through this 71026, then we are looking for this sort of move. Okay, so that's what we have on Nzd Usd. Right, so we covered EURUSD, AUDUSD, GBP Usd, USDCAD, and Nzd Usd. If you found this useful, make sure you hit the like button. There is a lot of analysis and a lot of educational material in there, so make sure that you share it with other traders and trading communities as well to help them out. Right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. If you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see core strategy training program On this page, you will be able to see the testimonials of previous students and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information, including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence training program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to Vikinsa.com and under training section, you'll be able to see and submit this form.